This is weird. This is weird. I actually throw up before every game. It's weird. Sorry, guys.
What?
Yes, it's been since high school.
Force yourself to throw up?
No.
Okay.
It's like I probably shouldn't have even said that. Maybe.
Hey Cardinals fans, welcome into Out of Bounds, a show where you, the fans, get to know some of your favorite players. And today we have Mike Backer, Jordan Hicks joining us. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Now we've seen Peters do his little celebration. Reddick, I didn't see too much of a sack dance celebration after yours.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not necessarily the dancer out there. I kind of just get hyped up and I do a little fist bump. You look back at game one if you guys got that clip. Game one, I got a little triple fist bump. That's triple fist bump. That's my signature.
Who would you grade having the best sack dance?
Chandler.
Okay.
Chandler, without a doubt. I mean, it's just his is like
He's
classic.
He's getting cocky now.
He's getting the whole team involved.
Yeah,
Everybody's
exactly.
doing
Everyone's
it.
doing it. Fans
it's
are
fun.
doing it.
It's fun.
So maybe the fist bump.
Fist bump. Maybe I could try and get a little bit more
A little
creative.
shoulder, like Peters.
A little bit more creative. I need to get more creative with it, but no,
Now,
it's fun.
You were a part of that Eagles team with Carson Wentz, rookie quarterback, a new head coach.
Yeah.
Just what about that experience can help give you perspective in the situation we're in now?
Yeah, I think that's it, is the perspective on like understanding that this is a process, right? It's not something that happens overnight. That first year we missed the playoffs, and we had all the pieces there, or all the primary pieces there, and it took time to understand our identity, understand who we were, understand how to play together. And so, defense, I remember defensively, we were giving up big plays. We were doing, we weren't where we wanted to be. And it took that next year. We took that next step. The second year in a scheme is always the best. Probably the biggest jump that you have.
Now you bring that perspective. I know that you're new to the Cardinals, but no doubt already a leader. So what kind of advice are you giving the guys during this time of adversity?
Just to keep playing. This season is long. It's only the first quarter of the season, and so there's a lot of football still to be played. There's a lot of learning. There's a lot of pushing through. And at the end of the day, we can't stop. We get paid to win games. And so until we do that, we got to continue to just push. We got to continue to grind and understand that it's a process.
Now the guys call you a cheat code out on the field. You like to make the checks, call the plays. Now, if you weren't a true middle linebacker, what other position do you think you'd excel at?
I'd be a point guard playing back. If I was a little taller.
That was
maybe.
quick. You've been dreaming about this.
Always. I grew up playing basketball. Basketball
Okay.
was my first sport. So my dad actually played college basketball at Notre Dame, and I always thought I was going to play college basketball. And I always love having the ball in my, just like being out here on the football field. I love having the ball in my hands, making the plays, seeing everything happen, and dropping dimes.
Dropping dimes.
Dropping dimes.
Have you played against anyone here on the team yet?
Basketball?
Yeah.
No. I've heard there's some guys that can play.
They're too scared.
That's what it is.
They've
heard the stories. They've heard the stories. No, I've heard we got some guys that can play though.
Yeah. Now we have some fans sending in questions for you. First one coming from Luis Canales, official. He wants to know what drives you to compete at such a high level.
Man, great question. I think it's a combination of a few things. First and foremost, I think most of us play this game for respect. To leave a legacy, have a name that's respected, and I think that's kind of why I got into it. Why I've been able to push myself and always have that chip. But then different factors have come into life, and I got a son, I've got my family, I've got things that I play for that are bigger than myself, and so just constantly understanding there's people dependent on me, and
Now you said you started off playing basketball. Why football? When did you make that change?
Yeah, no, I think it was my junior year in high school. I went to a camp, like a one-day camp at Texas, at University of Texas, and they offered me that day, and I was like, all I had were like MAC schools, little small MAC schools up in Ohio, for basketball, and so I knew I was going to excel in football, so I just made the switch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Next question coming from Matt Montes. He wants to know, where do you have the Super Bowl ring stored?
It's in my safe.
If it's safe to
It's in my safe at the house. Y'all don't need to know where that's at. But
don't need to know.
It's in the safe at the house, and I probably bring it out once a year.
Okay.
You hear stories about half of these guys that don't even touch their Super Bowl rings. It's in a lockbox or safe.
Just to bring it out to shine it a little bit. A little
That's
cough on it.
A little event.
Jono G82 wants to know if you have any pregame superstitions or routines that you do before game.
Yeah, I got a couple. So I always put on my left sock first. Left sock,
That's
left shoe.
what Kyler does.
Really?
Yeah.
Kyler Murray?
Yes. You're quarterback.
See, I'm not
You're not the only one.
So I've always done that. And then this is weird. I actually throw up before every game. It's weird. Sorry, guys.
What?
Yes, it's been since high school.
Force yourself to throw up?
No.
Okay.
It's like I've been doing it since high school.
Okay.
And like it's one of those things that I get amped, and it's, I don't know, at this point, at first in high school and in the beginning of college, it was kind of nerves.
Okay.
I've tried to like stop and suppress it, and when I do that, I have horrible games and I don't feel right, and so
just throw up.
I don't force myself, it just happens naturally. I don't advise anybody to do that.
Yeah, remind me not to be
And
next to you
don't
like
force
pregame
yourself to. That's not.
I'll just have a bag
It's
ready
not
for you.
It's like after pregame, it's back in the locker room.
Okay, so it's
getting my
fresh
mind right,
before.
getting my body right.
Wow. Last question coming from Maria B89. She wants to know, you'll soon be a dad of 2, so congratulations.
Thank
Basically
you.
any minute,
any moment.
Any moment it's gonna happen. What's your favorite part about being a dad?
Oh man, man, there's a lot of fun things. I would say probably coming home after a long day, coming home after a loss, seeing my son, and no matter, he's 1 year old, so he has no clue. All he knows is dad is dad. He sees his dad and he gets all happy and he smiles and he hugs me and he kisses me, and when we get home, we're just playing outside. It's a blast. It's a blast. So probably just the consistency of having that at home, knowing that no matter what goes on throughout the day, that's always going to be there.
Is that just kind of advice you can give to some of the younger guys on the team? Just putting things into perspective, wins and losses, yes, but there's more to it at the end of the day?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's hard to understand that until you've gone through it, It's hard to know what being a dad is until you are one. So you can try. I can try to speak knowledge, but I tell my linebacker, I cannot wait for the young single guy. I tell him I can't wait for you guys to have kids because there's nothing like that.
They're like,
yeah, no, don't wish that upon me. But until you have it, you don't understand.
Well, congratulations,
Thank
a new
you.
one on the way, coming anytime.
Anytime. Yep, thank you.
Thanks for joining us.